Hi, and welcome to SoShe Designs. I'm going to show you how I made my graduation card. So let's head on over to, so the first thing you want to do is have a blank canvas open and then go ahead and select upload. And then hopefully you've already uploaded the file into Design Space. Go ahead and select it, add to canvas. We just have a couple quick changes we need to make. First thing you want to do is hit ungroup, then go down to the very bottom section where you've got the basic cut and the blue background. And we need to change this cut here to a score line. So if you go up here to the top, you'll see a pink square and you know you're in the right spot. So go ahead and change that from basic cut to score. There we go. And now you'll see it says score and your little line. Go back to the bottom, select both the score and the card base and hit attach. I'm going to go ahead and move that off to the side here. Now you want to go over to this section where it's got your writing, where it says hats off 2022, and select that because it also is automatically uploads to basic cut. So go ahead and change that to pin. And then right beside it, you could select the type of pin that you have. I liked the glitter gel when I did mine. Black, blue, of course, because it matches. And then that is it. Go back over to your top part of your card here. Select, make sure it says pin and your cut and attach those two together. And you are good to go. If by chance you want to change your color to red, maybe your graduate is red, change, let me slide this out of the way so you can see it. Your group of people cheering here, go ahead and change the background color. So I've just selected the background, the blue one, and we can change that to any color you want. Red, yellow, green, whatever your school colors are, you can go ahead and change it to match your school colors. I'm going to go ahead and put it back to the blue one. To make our blue colors match. All right, there we go. And so let's see, we've got our score line done here and we've got our pin. So all you have to do now is send it to the maker. So now, in my case, I use most of the time 8.5 by 11. So if you see here, it will cut the bottom off if you use 8.5 by 11. So make sure you go into your material size and change it to 8.5 by 11. So it puts the two white cuts on two separate pages. And then you should have a black cut for your top people cheering. You can go ahead and change it also if you'd like to 8.5 by 11. And then same thing for the blue. It puts this too far past where you can use it. So make sure you change it to 8.5 by 11. And I'll move it to two different pages. And you'll see here on this one, you've got score and cut. So we are good to go. Let's go ahead and send it to the maker. I use light cardstock. I don't have any problems cutting with this. So I'm just going to hit and select that. And then we will go and load our mat. All right, you'll have to bear with me as I don't have the camera mounted above my Cricut tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and do this without the overhead camera. But I'm going to go ahead and load my pen. Oops. See, it's no good because you're looking at my backside. Load my pen into there. I'm gonna grab my white top sheet, line it up at the top of my mat, attach it with my handy dandy brayer, and load it up. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get these few pages cut out so that I can show you what they look like, and then we'll put them all together. Okay, so now you should have your card base, your cutout with all the hats, an insert for the bottom part, and your 3 little cutouts. So we're just going to stack these on top of each other, glue them together. Let's see, let me get these guys all lined up. Flip this one over. So I'm going to take my bottom part, which you should have a score line on. You don't have to have a score line. You can always just fold it in half and score it. I like to use my bone folder to give it a nice crisp little edge. And again, I apologize that the video is not looking down at what I'm doing. I will get that fixed for the next video. So I'm going to go ahead and take the cutout piece, just put a little glue on the back. If you have the double stick tape, that also works great. A tape runner, either one works. This, I'm using the Barely Art Glue, which doesn't seem to cause any of the warping. So this, I'm just literally eyeballing it, centering it over the top part of the card base, just like that. We're going to put the other white base here on the inside so that you have something to write on. And again, you can use your Cricut Maker to write a lovely sentiment on the outside. That always works for me because my writing is really not that great. I'm going to go ahead and attach this really quick to the inside. Really doesn't need much glue at all, as you can see, or maybe not see. You can see just a little bit of glue, not a lot. And again, I'm just eyeballing it. It's really easy with this kind of a project, just to eyeball it. So, and again, the tape would probably work better than the glue, but I have the glue in front of me, so that's what I'm using. And that's kind of how I craft. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I use like whatever's on hand because it's easier. So I'll set that aside, let it dry, and now I'm just going to attach these 3 little pieces together. I usually just line them up, flip the next guy over, put a little glue on him. You don't have to glue every spot. That, flip it over. And again, you've got equal amounts all the way around it. So it's pretty easy to just eyeball. And what I've learned is nobody really is going to look that close, like, except for there's a cat walking through my video. Chewy, come on. Please don't lay there. Come on, scooch, scooch. Thank you. Good boy. Sorry about that. Guess I need to lock him out while I do videos too. So now I'm just attaching a little glue to the white one, which is hard to see on the white top. Now we're going to just flipping it over, attaching it to the red one. And again, if you stand over your project and line it up, it works really well. It's a lot better to stand over your project than to sit down and do it. You'll see? Just line those little cheering guys up. Now we're just going to attach it to the front of the card. And with that, I kind of like to use a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to use my foam tape, my foam squares. Let me grab those. All right. I have these. I have them on hand, so I'm going to use them. Not really a big fan of them for large, intricate projects, but for something like this, it works just fine. I find that the backing on the tape of these doesn't come off very easy. But I'm just going to apply like 4 little squares on here, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. If I was doing an intricate mandala design on the other hand, I would not use these for that. All right. And then I ended up putting on 5, so I can't even count. So these I find I have to really, really push them down to adhere it to the cardstock. Now I'm just running my fingernail across the top of the foam to get the little piece of paper off of the top. And again, I apologize that this is really hard to see, but I did want to provide you with a tutorial today on how to do this, since you might be looking for a last minute graduation card. All right, now I'm just going to line that up, give it a little tap, and boom, you're done. You have a graduation card ready to write a nice sentiment on the inside. And the one I did for my niece, I actually put her name right here. I used a pen, the Cricut pen, and wrote her name, Kennedy, right here across the front of it. So it just added an extra little nice element to the card, you know, a little personalization. So it's a great idea. If you got the time, put a little name right there on the top. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you next time. Keep crafting joyfully. Bye for now.